Hopefully, we are live. Hopefully, you can see and hear me. Please let me know in the chat. But welcome, everybody. Hello and welcome to the Symphony. I am your host, Jason. And just so you know, Symphony Entertainment Gaming and Arts is a company that does games and focuses on horror systems, indie games, organic content, and player agency to bring a symphonic approach to horror role playing. So, tonight, or this afternoon, if you're in America, we are playing Alone Against the Static, which is a solo adventure for Call of Cthulhu, published by Chaosium, of course. But before then, two quick announcements. Symphony Entertainment has a Patreon. So if you like this content and would like to help us create more, please, please, please back the Symphony on Patreon. You can check that out at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. Also, as we have been doing for the rest of the Alone Against the Symphonies, we are doing a giveaway. So, to win a free copy, hardcover copy like this one, but not actually this one because this one's mine. Thank you very much. All you have to do is enter !static into the chat. That's !static, no spaces. You must be a subscriber to this channel to win. And we're only able for the moment to ship to continental US. Yes, I'm British, so don't let that deceive you. It's just going to be people based in the US that are going to receive this. We will be hosting the giveaway at the end of the stream. Please try and stay for the announcement if you can, but if not, then Bridgett will try and reach out to you either Twitch whispers, Discord, smoke signals, whatever. So without further ado, let's talk about me, which I'm terrified about. But yeah, so I am Jayson. I do some scenario writing in my spare time, supplement writing, and you should be seeing some of my work coming out hopefully sooner rather than later in the new Cthulhu by Gaslight scenario book. I am also heavily involved with the Stars Are Right podcast, doing sound magicking behind the scenes and also being a cast member from time to time. Now, I know that lots of you and the Symphony voted for us to be playing Berlin the Wicked City. We have the full Devil Eats Flies scenario all recorded and up on the website, starsaright.com. And also we have just started, give or take, Dances of Vice, Horror, and Ecstasy. And oh my goodness, it is dark, people. But if you want to just reach out to me personally, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. My username is Wreathed in Flame, like the Lord of the Rings reference, but there we go. So that's my instructions done. Once again, feel free to join the giveaway, !static in the channel. And yeah, let's do this. So here is Alone Against the Static. I have my character sheet. I have my log sheet with keywords that might or might not be coming up. And of course, if you have any strong opinions as to what I should be doing during the stream in terms of choices, then yeah, be keyboard warriors and put that into the chat. So here we go. Somewhere in the forgotten wilds, where pine needles carpet the forest floor, something stirs. Wind whips around the black hills to places where bears, rabbits, and birds never visit. The trees of the surrounding forest shiver. Beneath the moist earth, something wakes. Shifting from beneath the soil, it erupts in silence from the far ground. Its emergence reverberates throughout the wild. Far off, a wolf howls in mourning for what will soon pass. It pulls itself from the darkness and breathes. It blinks. So that's a little introduction to get you into the mood. I now need to choose an investigator, which I've done already. I'm going to be playing Alex. And I also need to roll my luck, which I always forget to do. So I'm very, very grateful that it actually tells me when to do it. So let's roll 3d6 and see how much luck I've got. Okay, that's not too bad. So 10 times 5 is 50. So yeah, could be better, could be worse. By the way, we've already had at least one person say how long I'm going to be lasting because the record so far is pretty short. 63.2 minutes, says Boot Show. Feel free to make your suggestions as well into the comments and see how quickly or how long I survive. So to begin your adventure as Charlie, go to sorry, Charlie. Oh God, I'm already getting the names wrong. Alex, go to one. Damn it, Charlie growls, struggling to fold an impractically large map over your car's steering wheel and avoid veering off road into a tree at the same time. Can you just let me hold the map? You ask. No, I can do this just fine, Charlie says, then slams on the brakes to round another tight bend. It is late afternoon on a rural back road deep within the Black Hills of South Dakota. The sun is high, but the air is cold. You've seen nothing but pine trees and two narrow winding lanes for over an hour. Your car's radio is getting weaker. It splutters out a Neil Diamond song laced with static. Okay, it already wants me to tick something on the log sheet. I'm going to be ticking Alex. Now, there's already a choice for you. So, shall we try and keep offering help to Charlie, or shall we just change the radio station? Yeah, change the radio station. That is, I think, what I would go for as well. I'm a musician after all. I hate there being static and interference on there. So, to three. Okay. You reach forward and turn the dial. The speakers vomit static. That's a very specific descriptive word. Vomit static while you scan for a signal. Please, Charlie barks and turns the radio off. I can't think with all that noise. You raise your hands defensively. Sorry, you say, but Charlie ignores you. You stare at them for a few seconds, then sigh and turn to stare out of the window. You watch the muddy green blur of passing trees for several minutes. Finally, Charlie says. They jab a finger down at the still tangled map. It's the next left. I'm really feeling this passive aggression already. No wonder we're trying to sort shit out here in a cabin, all alone in the woods. You peer ahead and spot a tiny, unpaved road cutting deeper into the forest. Charlie pulls onto it, and the two of you weave through the trees in silence. Make a psychology roll to see how Charlie is feeling. Okie dokie. So my psychology is 45. Let's just clear the luck off there. Let's have a look. Can I gauge? Oh, hell no, I can't gauge at all what he's thinking. I've only been in a relationship with him for what, 4 years? Yeah, that's a 90 over 45. So I failed the roll. I'm gonna go to paragraph 8. Charlie is sulking. Well, I mean, that's kind of obvious anyway. This vacation is turning out exactly like you thought it would. Charlie always insists on driving, gets lost, and then refuses to ask for help. The weekend is shaping up to be a nightmare. Anyways, Charlie says, it's not far now. Charlie drives deeper into the forest. The little road you're on winds erratically, dipping up and down as it weaves between hills. Above you, thick grey clouds obscure the sunlight. Soon the sky gets lost in the branches of pine trees. You feel the cold seeping in from outside. Go to 5. After a few minutes, a few more turns, and a few miles traveled deeper into the forest, the sun sets. Your car's headlights cut into the darkness, revealing the road ahead just a few feet at a time. Eventually, the lights drift over the front of a cabin, reflecting off two windows on either side of a front door, which seem to stare back at you ominously. The car stops and the headlights shut off. Finally, you say. These two are so impatient, I must say. Like, what did they expect? Anyway, they step out, as do I, onto the gravel driveway. As you walk around to the trunk to help with the suitcases, the cold night air seizes around you like a vice. Are you hungry? Charlie asks while you try to keep from shivering. Oh, another roll already. Make a con roll. Whew. And if I fail, I am touched by the cold, apparently. So con is 60. Oh, am I going through a hot flush, perhaps? Maybe. But either way, I got a critical for a probably fairly inconsequential roll, but there we go. So Now is a communication choice thing, which, yes. So, chat, do we say to Charlie that we are hungry or that we are not hungry? I mean, are we hungry? Yeah, yeah, I have an attitude, I think, or rather, Alex has an attitude. Yeah, I'm gonna do the I'm fine and say I am not hungry. Go to 12. Not especially, you say? All right, let's eat soon, though. I'm starved. You take a you take a brown grocery bag from the car's trunk, grab your suitcase, and walk to the cabin door. Charlie opens it up and steps inside. You follow, closing the door behind you to keep the chill out. Go to 11. The cabin isn't very big. It's just one central room with a double bed, a chest of drawers, and a corner set up to serve as a kitchen, which means if we argue, none of us can leave each other's vicinity. Okay, there's no microwave. Both the oven and stove use gas. You see two doors, one going to the rear of the cabin while another leads to a small bathroom. You just know it's going to be freezing in there. Yeah, but I'm the opposite of cold, so that's not a problem. On the wall opposite the bed is a TV and VCR unit sitting on top of a cupboard. The whole cabin is lit by muted yellow bulbs. It's not in the dark, but it's not quite light either. I'll be in the John, Charlie says. Cool. Then steps inside the small bathroom and shuts the door. You are left alone. I think we know what he's really doing in there. You put your suitcase on the bed, take out a few essentials, then move to the kitchen and unpack your groceries. There is a gas fridge and icebox that, judging by the steady and not at all soft hum emanating from it, it was installed sometime in the 1970s. So, to get started on dinner, go to 13. To wait for Charlie to finish wanking, finishing with the toilet, go to 16. Do we want to be waiting for Charlie and listening to his every moan? Okay, let's go to 16. Maybe it'll ask me for a listen roll. Okay, there is a little round table in the corner of the kitchen. You sit at it and rest your head in your hands. You wonder how much Mark, Charlie's brother, paid for this place, and whether it has been worth it considering he's never out here. You also wonder if the cabin fixed his marriage like it's supposed to be helping you and Charlie's relationship. Somehow you doubt it. I can I can just envisage like a I don't know like a picture or a review, something saying like, "Oh yeah, 5 stars, it fixed my marriage," from like the last person who stayed. Anyway, Charlie emerges from the bathroom, sighing contentedly. See, he was doing it. I told you. Woof. Sorry, I've been holding on to that one since we left Pierre. Oh, the author knows. How charming, you mutter. Yes, welcome to the symphony. Yeah, very, very symphony. Charlie comes up behind you and wraps their arms around your waist. You feel their breath on your neck, then the brush of a kiss against your cheek. I love you, Charlie whispers. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Do we want to respond lovingly, or do we want to change the subject? Talking about the incident in the bathroom is not an option. What do we want to do? We want to do violence, which is change the subject. He didn't wash his hands. Oh, that pig. Okay, let's change the subject. Let's not go complete violence yet. So, 217. How do you want your burger? Great subject change there. Medium, I guess. Okay, thanks. 17, not 217. I blame my accent. You stay in the kitchen. Charlie hovers uncertainly for a moment, then walks away and flops down onto the bed. Yeah, flop, I bet. I'm so glad we're here. Me too. I think it'll be really good for us, you know? Yeah. Like Dr. O'Brien told us, Charlie said, staring at the cabin's warped reflection in the mirror black TV screen. Getting away from everything just to focus on us will be great. I think it could be really healing. Oh, I need to tick broken heart on the log sheet. Okay. Now, people in the chat, would we like to talk about plans for tomorrow? Or do we want to reassure Charlie about his burger? Okay, plans from Bucho. Okay, so go to 18, and there's an eerie picture of the cabin. Just a bed, really. Not much going on in it. Can't see any non-Euclidean forms in the corners. Okay, 18. You still want to go on a hike with me tomorrow? Charlie chuckles. Yeah, sure. I mean, what else are we going to do, right? The laughter awkwardly hangs in the air for a moment. Then Charlie coughs and quickly changes tone. It's beautiful here, though, really. Yeah, I can't wait to see the sunrise. After a few minutes, wow, a few minutes? I suppose medium rare, come to think of it, but yeah. You serve up the burgers. Dinner passes in near total silence. Oh my God, what a roller coaster this scenario is already. What about tonight, though? Charlie asks. You swallow your last mouthful of food. What about it? It's been a long day. How about we catch a flick? Charlie gestures at the TV. Oh, we're going Netflix and chill, people. Looks like the urge has already passed from the bathroom. Yeah, exactly. No wonder they need to work on the relationship. Okay, so do we want to agree to Netflix and chill, or do we want to complain? Netflix and ignore, am I right? Yeah, just binge watch. 20 episodes later. Oh, sorry, I'm too tired now. I have a headache. Okay, watch the movie. So we're going to agree to catch a flick. Sure, you say. Charlie grins, then takes the dishes and heads over to the sink to clean them. You walk over to the TV unit. It's a relatively cheap model from the late 1980s, sitting on top of a dusty VCR player. You switch both on and open. Oh, you switch both on, sorry, and open a cabinet beneath them, wondering what videos Charlie's brother and his wife left behind. He sure likes scary movies, you say, looking over the titles. 15 different tapes, and you're sure that covers pretty much every major slasher film of the last decade. God, none of these look good. There's not even a single comedy, Charlie asks from the kitchen. Oh, make a spot hidden roll. Okay, let's have a look and see if we can find a more appropriate movie to watch. Spot hidden. What is my spot hidden? It is 35, so we'll see. Roll it, roll it. 62. Nope, that is a fail. 20. The real horror was the Reagan administration. Oh my God. Oh, don't get me started on what's going on in the UK at the moment. Although general election's coming, yay. Anyway, you take out the tapes and go through them one by one, rolling your eyes and performatively gagging at each cover as you go. Charlie walks over and joins you. Maybe we should have stopped at a Blockbuster on the way. You're telling me these covers all look cheap. Think they're bootlegged? Probably. Charlie shrugs. I could have sworn he said there was more than just horror. He said they watched something that sounded like a chick flick last time they came up. Maybe it's still in the VCR. Charlie leans over and presses the eject button on the machine. There is a whirring of mechanical internals, and the unit spits out a tape. Aha, Charlie says. Is it blank, you ask? Nothing written on it. But they're bootlegs, right? You shrug. Whatever. Rewind it and we'll take our chances. They didn't do Be Kind Rewind. The worst sin of the 90s. Appalling behavior. Yeah, let's rewind it and take our chances. It can't be any worse than any of these. Yes. So, do we want to watch the movie right away, or do we want to get ready for bed first? Not entirely sure what getting ready for bed entails with these two, given the roller coaster they are dragging us on. Watch the movie right away. Okie dokie. Let's go, people. 28. Yeah, now that would have been a horror story, seeing the romantic getaway of the other couple. Okay. You flop onto the bed and stretch your legs. Charlie rewinds the tape, takes the VCR remote, then lays down next to you. Cozy? Yep, you say. All right, wild card movie is a go. Charlie smiles and hits play. Go to 22. When Oh, I think you might have actually predicted correctly, skimming forward. When the film begins, the screen is black. There is a there's faint music, but no opening credits. Then the screen cuts to blurry footage that was clearly recorded on a handheld camera. Oh my God. Is this one of Mark's home movies, you ask? It's not, is it? Charlie laughs, then reaches for the remote. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Wait a second. That looks familiar, you say, pointing at the TV. Charlie hesitates. On screen, you see a wall of tall forest trees. Leaves and pine needles crunch under the feet of whoever's filming. The camera pans across the landscape, creating a blur of greens and browns. Suddenly, you spot Mark's cabin standing alone in its little clearing. A dull red sedan is parked out front. I'd know that ass anywhere. Yes. That's Julie's car, Charlie says. This must have been after their wedding. The camera is shaky. Wind rushes against the microphone, causing a brief flurry of horrid scraping from the speakers. Don't have a dead cat. There's movement near the red car. A woman, Julie, is taking bags from the trunk. She's smiling. Yeah, Charlie says, this is at least 5, 6 years ago. Julie turns as the cabin door opens. Mark steps out, walks over, and takes one of the bags from her. They smile and exchange unheard words. You sit bolt upright. What the hell? What's wrong? It's only Mark. Yeah. So who's filming? Charlie stammers and blinks. On the screen, Mark and Julie go inside and close the door behind them. The camera zooms in towards the window. The picture is a grainy blur of colors. You see movement in the cabin. The camera zooms even closer. Then harsh winds pick up and howls through the speakers. The image smashes to a slurry of loud static. White noise booms out into the room. The sound drills into your skull. You feel like it's going to make your head explode. Make a note of this entry number. You may return to it. Okay. 22, duly noted. Make a sanity roll. Okay, let's see. Sanity is 50. Come on, I can hold it together. No, I can't hold it together. I apparently lose one sanity. Oh dear. And I check unsettled on my log sheet. Unsettled. Look, it is it is their wedding night. If they want to involve a third person in their filmmaking, then they can. Okay, do we want to cover our ears or scramble for the dial and turn it down? Oh yes, Steve. We take him everywhere with us. Scramble for the dial. Team suffer. Okay, I think spot the hidden pineapple. I'm gonna turn it down. I think that's the majority. I'm thinking of my go. Freudian slip, obviously. Scramble for the dial and turn it down. Go to 23. You dart from the bed, grimacing at the ear-splitting noise. You switch the dial and kill the TV. Charlie is sitting on the bed with their hands clamped over their ears like a dope. Sorry, it's only a remote for the VCR. There's no volume control. What the hell was that? You ask angrily as you step away and slump back onto the bed. Charlie shrugs. I don't know. Mark and Julie came out here with someone else. Charlie laughs. I don't really want to think about what my brother and his wife might get up to when they're out here. You roll your eyes. That was creepy. It was like a peeping Tom. Well, we know it's not, Charlie gestures to the TV cabinet. Why would Mark and Julie have the tape? Oh, okay. So if Broken Heart is checked on the log sheet, which it is, you cannot stay calm. You must go to 24 and get frustrated with Charlie. Oh dear. You're welcome, Bridgett. You sigh. Whatever, you always know best, right? Charlie frowns. What's that supposed to mean? You remember the car ride up, the way Charlie was reading the map while driving, refusing your help, getting lost over and over. Never mind, you say, then roll over in bed. Can you get the light? You don't want to watch a movie anymore? No, you say, and pull the blanket tight around yourself. Oof. Yes, assert your duvet dominance. I just want to sleep. Charlie sighs. Fine. You feel the bed shift as they stand. I just think that the TV set blares to life again. It bellows static throughout the cabin. Thunderous scraping and coughing bounces off the walls. You thrash and cover your ears. Charlie swears, but you can hardly hear it. The noise builds to a frenetic peak. It's almost unbearable. Then, just as quickly as it began, the noise stops and the TV falls silent. All the lights in the cabin go dead. The power is out. Tick the blame game on the sheet. Go to 31. This is going so well, you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie just kills me. Mm-hmm. Yep, let's sleep in the same bed. We should probably check for bodily fluids first. Make sure the sheets are clean at least. Charlie, you ask the darkness. Yeah? What was that? Power's out, I think. You hear scrambling in the darkness as Charlie shuffles along the floor, one hand touching the wall. They flick the light switch several times. I thought this place was on solar power. Well, I guess solar power still runs out. Is there a backup or anything? I don't know. I guess I'll have to head into town and call Mark in the morning. Oh, that's just great. You pull your legs to your chest. Okay, whatever. You're not used to this level of dark. The city doesn't get dark like this. You raise your hand in front of your face. You can't even see its outline. You feel anxiety rising in your chest. Okay, if either Broken Heart or Blame Game are checked, you cannot lean on Charlie for support and must go to 33. It technically doesn't say what happens if both are ticked, but presumably it's the same because there isn't any other option. So I must give up and go to sleep. Go to 33. This cabin sucks. You shift around on the lumpy bed and try to get comfortable. Charlie joins you before long. The bread frame creaks when they settle onto it. Babe, Charlie says. What? Are you going to sleep? What else am I supposed to do? The power is out. We're in the middle of the woods. Okay, sorry. Charlie rolls over. At least you think they do. It's hard to tell in the dark. After a few moments, they speak again. Must just be an old shoddy TV. I think Mark has had it since the 80s. I don't care. Can we just make sure the power is back on tomorrow? Yeah, I'll do everything I can. Fine. Good night then, you say. Good night. Charlie doesn't stay awake long. You hear their breathing slow, quickly and fade into the gentle rumble of sleep. I know they're terrible together. Like, wow. Ugh. For you, sleep comes much later. The creaking of pines, the howl of cold wind, and other strange and unidentifiable sounds echo through the black hills around you. The anxiety in your chest burns as you lie silently in the dark. It's a relief when you finally fall asleep. Chick, oh God, check or tick nyctophobe on the login log sheet. Okay, that's gonna bode well. Go to 34. When you wake in the morning, you are alone. You sit in the bed and stir. Babe? There's no answer. The only sound is the wind outside, carrying with it a gentle morning bird song. You get up and cross to the kitchen. There is a note taped to the chunky refrigerator, which is written in familiar handwriting. Sorry again, just wanted this weekend to be special. Gone to town to help fixing power. Back ASAP. Love you. I feel really sorry for Charlie. He's doing their best. Like, damn, Alex, like, get your shit together. Well, yeah, exactly. Now Alex is saying, babe. So, do we want to eat some breakfast or go for a brisk walk? Have we even got any other food in, or is it going to be like leftover hamburgers? We're going to go for a brisk walk. Okay. That's totally going to go just fine. We're not going to die by falling off a cliff or something. 37. Okay. Stay toxic. Uh-huh. Okay. Outside, the air is fresh, the sun is warm, and the sky is mostly clear. You fill your lungs with the scent of moist soil and pine trees. Good old moist. You take a few steps forward and peer down the driveway. It weaves away into the woods. The trees are so thick here that you probably just have a better chance listening out for cars and looking for them. You turn and head down a walking trail just by the cabin. The earth has been worn smooth by the hiking shoes of innumerable visiting families. The forest grows thicker around you as you walk. Unseen critters skitter past in the underbrush. Birds move through the branches above, calling out and making pine needles rustle. You come across a blueberry bush just by the trail. Why does this always happen? Would you like to stop and collect berries or continue on the walk? So either we're going to starve to death if we don't collect the berries, or we get poisoned if we collect them. So, damned if we do, damned if we don't. What do we do? Get them berries? Okay. So, 38. You squat down and pick berries from the bush. Their flesh is weak. Juices spill off and stain your fingers purple. You're about to lick them clean when you hesitate. Blueberries are safe to eat, right? Sorry, what? Blueberries, as in the thing you get everywhere in shops, are safe to eat. Okay. It wouldn't be a good look to accidentally poison yourself the first time you set foot outside the cabin. Oh, yeah, that's true. They are wild. And I don't really know that much about it, but we need to make a natural world roll. Nonetheless, I have 30 in natural world. Ooh, 34 over 30. I'm tempted to spend the luck with this. We do have 50 after all. So I'm going to deduct 4 off my luck score to make 46. So I succeeded the roll. 77. Bing, 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 bing. You rub the berry residue between your fingers and frown. Maybe it's best to wait until your partner is back with the car before you put your foraging skills to the test. I'm not entirely sure that it counts as a succeed as opposed to just a backing out, but there we go. Probably for the best. You fold your arms and continue walking. You keep your eyes on the trail and force yourself to focus on the here and now. Off to the left, you hear running water. Do we want to investigate the sound of running water or stick to the trail? I mean, who'd have thunk it? Running water in a wood. Maybe I should take the berries and throw them into the water. Take that, nature. Okay. Investigate the sound. Go to 44. Do, 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 do. Oh, I've just passed a creepy picture of a deer with red beaming eyes. Okay, you step off the trail and stride towards the forest. Stride through the forest towards the sound of running water. The ground is uneven, so you steady yourself on the trunk of nearby pines as you go. You walk for a little while until the sound of the water gets louder. You crest a small ridge and discover a bubbling stream just on the other side. The water is rushing downhill fast, heading south. It's clear and fresh. The trickling sound is melodic. So apparently we could have been reminded of something if we had flowers in the stream ticked, but we don't. So the choice is, do we take a drink from the stream? I could see that coming. Or do we sit for a moment and enjoy the sereniter? I mean, surely you can do both. Mm-hmm. Do we do a full house of the curious consumption of wild things? Or, yeah, serenity. Okay. 50. Let's just sit and be. You carefully walk down to the riverbank. Loose leaves and pine needles. Yes, 50. Loose leaves and pine needles wash downstream in a tiny rendition of white water rafting. Steadying yourself against a tree, you sit down on the riverbank, lean back, and close your eyes. A breeze brushes across your face and hair. You admire the way the sunlight paints the inside of your eyelids red and yellow. Because that's not something that I would be thinking of at that time, but wow, way to make a nice, serene situation very creepy. Okay, make a listen roll. So, listen is 50. Okay. Ooh, 26. Just succeed and a fail. Don't need to worry about a hard pass or not. So, I'm going to go to 46. I mean, yeah, I've done that too, but without realizing kind of thing rather than, ooh, don't they look nice? Oh, the lovely reddish yellow flesh on my eyelid. Anyway, 46. Beyond the stream, between the trees, you hear twigs snapping. Oh God, it is going to be the picture of the deer, isn't it? You stiffen, then stand up tall. Suddenly, a deer emerges from the tree line. It steps slowly towards the stream, then spots you, freezes, and stares. The water running between you and the deer is the only thing that moves. You are both completely still, watching each other. You notice one of the deer's eyes is swollen with pus and blood. Make a natural world roll. Okay, so once again, natural world is a 30. Okay, offer it berries. I have a 47 out of 30 now. I think that luck is going to be a little bit too much to spare at this point, but I can push the roll at the risk of stepping onto the unstable riverbank. Do we push? I assume because it's simply the answer is going to be yes. Yep, there we go. Push it, push it, push it. Okay, let's see what happens. Do we drown and die or get mauled to death by a deer? Oh, 14. Okay. That's more like it. That is a hard success. I succeeded the push roll, go to 47. I did push it real good. You've watched enough nature documentaries to know that whatever's infecting the deer's eye isn't common. It doesn't look like any of the frightening diseases, prions, or parasites you've seen on TV. Whoa, yes, you're right. I am at 45 minutes. I'm doing well. You take a step towards the deer, palms raised, trying to look non-threatening. As soon as you move, the deer turns and bolts. It vanishes into the colors of the forest within seconds. You're left alone by the stream. Creepy. You better get back to the trail. Okay, I get to tick veterinarian on the log sheet. Veterinarian. Yeah. Luckily, I didn't push the pus and blood eye because that would have been disgusting. 255 we go. As in 255, not 255. Okay. You hit the trail and push forward, heading farther down the Black Hills and deeper into the forest. It's a pleasant hike. Wait, hold on. Weren't we supposed to go hiking together? We were, weren't we? Oh dear. Unless he's dead. Oh, sorry, they're dead, but there we go. It's a pleasant hike. Sunlight filters through pine branches and casts up dancing shadows all about you in the cool morning air. After half an hour or so, you feel nature calling and step behind a tree to pee. You are fumbling with your clothes when you spot something. Ahead off the trail, and nestled in a narrow valley, is a dilapidated wooden shed. To investigate the shed, well, do we investigate the shed or do we ignore the shed? This just reminds me of this hilarious story of my grandparents. I kid you not, getting lost in the Australian bush and knocking on a random shack door. All they had was a flask, and somehow they're still alive. But there we go. We're going to do the shed. Okay, people, we're doing the shed. Hopefully, we will have as much luck as my grandparents. Okay. You step through the small clearing where the shed leans lopsided against a rocky, moss-ridden mountain wall. It's not large, maybe half the size of Mark and Julie's cabin. It's made entirely of wood. A rotting piece of pine serves as a makeshift door that's only just still hanging from the frame. The place looks like nobody's been there in years. You step closer to the shed and put your hand against the door. It swings in slowly and easily. The shed is dark inside. You see the faint, shadowy blotches of furniture hidden in the gloom. If nyctophobe is checked on the log sheet, the darkness makes you nervous. Go to 80. Okay. It's dark in there. Really dark. 80. If your partner was here, you know they'd make fun of you for being a little scared of the dark. What of it, though? What's wrong with that? So you're sometimes scared of the dark. Well, this little shed is dark, so you don't want to go inside. Is that so bad? Make a sanity roll. Okay. 49 sanity. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, yeah. No way am I going in there. I fail. Go to 81. Okay. You consider entering the shed for a moment, but shiver a little at the thought of being trapped in the tiny dark shed. God damn it, you mutter to the forest. There you go. We're shouting at the nature now. If only your partner had fixed the damned power already. You can't bring yourself to enter the shed. You turn away from it and go back to the walking trail. You continue your hike for about half an hour, then turn and head back home. Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. Okay. So I've got 22, which is the VCR, and 81, which is the shed. But I'll put shack there. Lose one sanity. I'm slowly, very slowly losing it. I'm sure that will be a downward spiral. Go to 84. Oh, and now we get a nice picture of the shed. It looks incredibly creepy and foreboding. You crest the rise that leads back to the cabin. The sun is high in the sky. It's late morning, soon to be afternoon. You sigh. There's no sign of the car, and therefore you're probably still without power or your partner for now. You head inside. Everything is well lit by the late morning glow. You change out of your walking clothes and leave them on the bed, then head into the bathroom to shower. Okay. We do not have the word occupied ticked on the log sheet, so apparently we don't remember a minor detail. God damn it. We're ticking all the wrong things here, people. Go to 87. Maybe I can pass the time by wanking off myself. Who knows? Water cascades into the waiting tub below, filling the room with a constant loud drizzle that's almost like white noise. Oh, I see what the author did there. White noise, static. The pressure is lousy without power to the pump. Damn it, so we're not enough pressure. Okay. But gravity does most of the work. Thank God the water heater is gas powered. You wash your face and scrub clean the pores of your nose. I've just noticed that there is an illustration of me in the shower, although it's a silhouette kind of behind the curtain. But even so, is this going to turn into a psycho scene or something? You turn around in the shower to scrub your back. You pause. Just ahead, the door to the bathroom is wide open. You're certain you closed it. You shut the shower off and step out, grabbing a towel and wrapping it around you. Honey, is that you? Oh, now we're doing honey as well. You call out, but there's no reply. You stand in the empty cabin. Yeah. Babe, honey, honey and babe. You stand in the empty cabin. Nothing. You're alone. Make a sanity roll. 48. Oh, okay. For some reason with this occasion, I'm fine. I succeed. Go to 88. Even though you're still warm from the shower, you shiver a little. You shove the anxiety down, because that's healthy. The door probably swung open on its own. Seems like everything in this cabin is a little faulty. Time to get dressed. Go to 91 and take a slurp of this iced tea. You stretch, roll your head around a few times to work the tired muscles, then head on over to the bed and open your suitcase. You purse your lips and consider how you're feeling. Ooh, okay. We get a choice of what we can wear. Would we like to put on jeans and a t-shirt, or put on warm, soft track pants and a sweater? Practical or comfortable? Track pants, okay. Fair dues. Let's go for comfortable. So, comfortable. Yes, the stars must be right if you two agree with each other. Okay, 93. Freshly dressed, you feel renewed. Now, what to do with the afternoon while you wait for your partner to return? Hopefully, they have a solution to the power problem. I mean, we haven't eaten anything, so probably eat. To make some food, go to 94. We can also search for flashlights and batteries so we've got light when it gets dark, or we can try and restore the power ourselves. What do we want to do? We want to starve, okay. Uh, in that case, do we look for flashlights and batteries, or do we try and restore the power? Butcho says restore the power. Okay, oh my god, you're still agreeing with each other. What is happening? Uh, 368. Okay. Right the way through the book. So I can skim past all the scary pictures. Oh, that's already two creepy ones I've seen. 368, 368, 368. Okay. Okay. You slip your shoes on and step out of the cabin. You trudge through the foliage that skirts the cabin walls as you make your way around the building looking for the generator. You find it on the back of the cabin, a big metallic box that was once painted beige, but now faded and chipped. 8 minutes until predicted death. I have a feeling it's going to be less than that now that we're starting to do this fixing things ourselves thing. It looks a bit like a cabinet with a pair of doors at knee height. You stoop down and open the doors. Funny, you expected them not to open so easily. Inside are what looked like two tall and thin car batteries, connected with wires to one of those boxes with a needle that jumps up and down, measuring whatever it was designed to measure. Yep, I totally know my mechanical stuff here, apparently. The needle is currently at 0. Make a hard mechanical repair roll. I hope you're happy, guys. Oh my god, I have a base in mechanical repair. It's a 10. You never know, I might get another one. Nope. Okay. I failed. Go to 371. You reach in to check the wires before, running from the big batteries to the little box. One comes loose in your hand. You're unsure if it was already unplugged or if you somehow unplugged it when you checked to see if it was secure. You grab the box and try and turn it around to see if there are any buttons or anything on the back. There aren't, just wires and spider webs. You push the box back in place and brush your hands on your shirt. You check a different wire on the battery. You feel a tingle and jerk your hand away. Was that a shock? No, the wire is wrapped in rubber. You're just jittery. Ugh. Forget it! You groan and slam the door shut. Go to 370. With a sigh, you head back inside and slip off your shoes. You close the door behind you. It's nice in a way to feel so removed from the world, but still safe and secure in this little room, like a pocket of the modern day planted in the wilderness. You just wish you could watch TV. God, it's only been like less than a day. Calm the fuck down. Okay, so we can make some food. Again, we can make some food, people, or we can search for flashlights and batteries so we have light when it gets dark. You are so Oh, we have a tie. Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna go with Carl, being a guest, and make some food. I'm gonna make some food, people. Seriously. If it were me, I'd be starving right now. Like, why would I go out walking without eating? Like, seriously. 94, 94. Although at this rate, there's probably not going to be anything like I said before. 94. Okay. I see you too, Bridgett, and sometimes hear you in my ear. Okay, 94. You head to the kitchenette. You're glad the fridge and stove are powered by gas. You cook up a meal, then enjoy it alone at the little dining table. Ooh, check tick, well fed. Okay, well fed. Uh, if survival list is check ticked, no. Okay, that's fine. Uh, so oh, that's a that's interesting. So it first tells me to tick the words well fed, but then asks me if I'm going to eat the food or just pick at the plate. So apparently we can starve and also be well fed, Bridgett. So I'm tempted to go with pick at the plate. Would you like me to pick at the plate? This is the way. Okay, pick at the plate. 107. I'm going to pick at the plate unenthusiastically and worry about my situation. Okay. The woods are lonely, dark, and deep. You're here alone in a cabin with no power, kidding yourself that everything will be fine. So long as the sun remains up, you're able to keep yourself fooled, but you know with every passing minute that the sun is edging closer to the horizon line, racing to leave you in darkness. Make a note of this entry. You may need to return to it. Oh dear. Okay. So what is it? 107. That's right. Ruminating. Okay. Roll sanity. Yeah, Alex had fun once. It was terrible. Okay. 48 sanity. Okay. I am still fine. Whew. Okay. So a couple more keywords asking about which I haven't got either of those. So luckily I'm not bored just yet. So apparently now I can look for flashlights and batteries. So 95. You know there was a heavy duty flashlight in the car, but it's gone now. I mean, that was silly. Why didn't we leave it here? What do you have here in the cabin? Right now, when the sun goes down, you'll be left in the dark. Make a spot hidden roll. Okay. Spot hidden. What was that again? Was that 35? Spot hidden, spot hidden. Oh, 23. Okay, that is a pass. If you succeed, go to 97. Oh yeah, I forgot that there are links that I can click. Okay. I succeed. Go to 97. In the cupboard beneath the sink, you find a little plastic container with a mini flashlight on. In it, even. You switch it on. It works, but the beam is weak. The batteries are probably dying. You look for spares in the pantry, the bathroom, and in the bedside tables. Eventually, your gaze settles on the TV cabinet. You cross the cabin to the television and perch on your knees in front of it. You open the cabinet and scan over the videotapes. You move some of them aside to look deeper into the cabinet. In the dark, right at the back, you find a blister pack of batteries. They must be kept here from remote control, but they fit the flashlight. Jackpot. You swap the batteries out. The beam becomes stronger. Okay. Tick fully charged. Okay, fully charged, fully charged. Okay. Oh, I slightly misread the next bit as I was skimming forward. The first thing I saw was if well fed. If you want to cook some food, go to 94. So actually, I can cook again, but no, that's not the case. So if well fed is checked on your log sheet, you're bored and you must go to 108. I mean, yeah, I've exhausted all options in this semi-linear adventure. You can't think of anything else to do in the cabin, and restlessness is creeping in. For a while, you lie on the sofa and read an old beat-up paperback from a shelf in the corner. You think it's pretty good, but no thirst images, unfortunately, and it's also a little flowery and overwritten. Not to mention how grating prose written in the second person can be. Aha, 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 very funny. Author breaking the fourth wall. Make a listen roll. Okay, listen 50. Ooh, 72. Would we like to push the roll with the risk of missing a critical detail? Yeah, let's miss those details. Why? Why do we even need them? Okay, let's roll. And then I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and we'll be back in a few minutes after that. Hint, hint to Bridgett. But first, we're gonna roll. Oh dear, we failed the push roll, people. Okay. I'm sure things are going to go downhill, but first I'm going to take a short little break. So feel free to knock me off the air for a moment, Bridgett, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I believe we are back. So, welcome back for those of you just joining us. Things have been going well so far with Alone Against the Static. The scenario I'm playing by Call of Cthulhu by Chaosium for Call of Cthulhu. You know what I mean. Call of Cthulhu scenario. Go buy it. Whatever. I'm getting too hot. Can't talk. But anyway, so things are going to potentially go quite downhill depending on what happens because I've just failed a push roll. I've apparently missed a critical detail. However, before I turn to the next page, which is 112, I'm going to open a beer because I apparently am by far the highest longest running person record holder so far. We'll see what happens with the next scenario and next person, but yeah, so I'm going to celebrate that little win. But yeah, cheers everybody, and let's go and potentially meet our fate at 112. Oh, of course, there's an image of a skull on the page. Yes, it would be hilarious if I died right here. That'd be a very dramatic break, wouldn't it? Okay. Nature sure is noisy. You can't focus on your book. See, if there were thirst images, then I totally would be able to focus on the book. Suddenly, you remember the portable music player you brought. Ah, yes, we're in the 90s, of course. You get up and go digging around in your suitcase until you find it. Yes. Very, very sensible of them. Okay, so I find the Walkman and then walk back over to the sofa. You smile, put the headphones over your ears, and recline with your eyes closed, napping to the sweet, sweet sound of alt rock. Any suggestions as to what the alt rock song slash band is? Put it in the chat. Dibs. Let's see. Oh, actually, no. Gods and Astronaut probably aren't a thing now. They're a little bit later. But there we go. Yeah, you put something in the comments. So go to 139. And I've just passed another really creepy full page illustration, but I'm going plenty past it, so that's reassuring. Okay. Right. You're on the couch for a long time. You fall in and out of sleep. You try and read a little more, but the book bores you. Eventually, you stir and blink the sleep from your eyes. The sun has set. Hit one hit point. Hit one hit. Yeah. Heal one hit point if you have lost any so far. Well, we haven't. And check well rested. Ooh, so we're well fed and we're well rested. I imagine that's going to help in the long run. But first, go to 142. It's dark. Clouds cover the sky and the moon is hidden. You lay on top of the bed for a while, listening to the wind shaking the branches of the pines all around. Every few minutes, you think you hear your partner arriving back. Every time, you're wrong. When you walk around the cabin, you use your flashlight to guide your way. After a few hours, you make yourself a sandwich and eat it in the dark. Depressing. While you chew, there is a knock at the door. It is a single knock. Suffocating silence follows it. Chat. Do we want to ignore the knock or answer the door? Also, I'm fairly convinced that wasn't a knock, but someone falling or fainting at the door. I never want to assume anything, Bridgett, but okay, I'm going to answer the door. 176. uh, the pettiness in the chat. Okay. You set the sandwich aside and swallow. You walk to the door, the flashlight guiding your way. Hello? You ask. You open the door. Darkness. The flashlight spreads a cone of dim light out into the night. The wind and the cold wash over you. Make a note of this entry number you may need. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, 176. Answering the door. Somebody at the door. Make a sanity roll. Okay, let's keep on that streak. Yeah, I'm fine with this. I knew it wasn't somebody making a single knock. Who does that? Okay. Um, we apparently did not spot an item because we don't have lumberjack ticked. So, do we want to dismiss the noise as an accident of the wind, or do we wait a moment longer? Wow. I don't normally drink out of cans, but I just missed a bit. Wow. As my wife says, drinking problem. Wait and see. Okay, yeah, let's wait for the sanity to deplete. It's cold, and the wind is picking up, and it's louder out here than you realize. You can't make any individual sounds out. It's just one long howl. It sounds like solid white noise, like howling, screeching static. Make another sanity roll. Okay, come on, Alex. Do it for me. Oh, yeah, look at that. I succeed, go to 180. And for some reason, these numbers do not have the link on. How weird. Anyway, it's not too far. Unpleasantness, coldness. You see nothing else. At least, nothing worth thinking too hard on. You head back inside. And yes, I am crushing it on those sand rolls. You close the door. You didn't realize how cold it was until the slight warmth of the cabin returns. You go back to the kitchen and sit dejectedly before what is left of your sandwich. Later, you follow the flashlight back to the bed and get under the covers, rubbing your arms and legs to stay warm. Upon the cabinet at the foot of the bed, the television turns on. The power is back. No, it isn't. Like, first thing I think is, oh, is there anything else on? Like the lights or fridge or something? But no, I don't believe it. So, can we start turning on the lights or inspect the television? Very close inspection. Inspect the television? Yep. Now I've got that song in my head by God, what are they called? Why have I got Hot Fuzz in my head? That's not the name of the band. Daft Punk. Yeah, I've lived too long already. Thank you, Bridgett. Okay, inspect the television. You hurry over to the television. You hit the power button. Nothing changes. The screen remains turned to the attuned even to the VCR, displaying slightly illuminated black. Go to 186. Ooh. There's a picture of somebody staring at me through a camera. It's quiet. The VCR is purring. The TV is dim. Depending on your choices, you may return to this entry several times. Select an option you have not already chosen. Okay. So we don't have either Quiet in the Evening or the couple who came to the cabin ticked. So we can either play the tape from last night or leave the TV alone. Again, I have a feeling what you are going to pick. But I'll wait anyway. Don't put so much pressure on Carl. Carl is not commenting. Okay, he is commenting. Oh, go away, fruit fly. Okay, yeah. Play the tape. How did I guess? So, 208. Play the tape, play the tape, play the tape. The tape from last night is still sitting in the little cabinet. Call it morbid curiosity or just a desire to understand what is going on. But you take up the tape and slide it into the VCR. You turn the volume all the way down. You don't want a repeat of the speaker blasting static from last night. You press play. The tape begins from where it left off the night before because that's what a VCR does. But it's still static. Thunderous white noise muted by your fingers on the volume dial. Messing with you is one of my kinks. Don't kink shame. Then the tracking on the tape flickers, jagged white and silver lines horizontal across the tape. It looks like the tape had more footage to show when you turned it off last night. Okay, tick familiar face. Familiar face. So we can either adjust the tracking on the tape using the VCR controls or let the tape play on. If static be the food of horror, play on, play on. Shakespeare totally said that. Okay, play on, play on. I'm going to think it's just because of that skewed quote I did. 209. You ignore the tracking, assuming it will fix itself. The white noise vanishes from the screen. It's replaced by the image of a clearing in the forest. Someone is adjusting the camera, presumably setting it on a tripod. The figure finally steps into view. It's just some guy. Okay. Hello, some guy. He's wearing a fluorescent hunting jacket and a beanie. He stands back and looks at the camera, then smiles and turns to the clearing. He has set up a little campfire and a tiny two-man tent. After nodding contentedly, the figure squats by the fire, snapping sticks in half and tossing them into the flames while looking at the camera. His lips are moving. Are we actually playing Alone Against the Flames here without realizing? So, do we want to adjust the volume so we can hear what the figure is saying, or continue to watch the tape muted? As in, the tape is muted, not us. We're not gagging ourselves. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, let's get some volume. Tinnitus, here we come. Okay. You turn the volume dial and his words become clear. Out 5 days now, I think. He looks up and around at the pines on the edge of the clearing. It's beautiful. I'm expecting my friends any day now. Totally a threesome. The man stands up, looking down at the fire. Flames are keeping me warm, keeping me prepared. He turns to the camera again and gestures to his tent. It gets cold at night. I think soon, though, that won't matter. He moves to the tent and unzips it. He sticks his head and arms in and forages around for a few moments. He comes out of the tent holding a manila folder, the kind you see people store documents in at offices, as opposed to a digital folder, because that would be impossible to hold. He walks back to the camera and takes a seat in front of it. The frame is tight around his face. The figure looks directly down the lens, right at you, like that image I described earlier. He says something, but it's too soft to hear. It takes him. Do we want to rewind the tape and turn the volume up, or leave the tape to keep running? Feed me sound effects, daddy. Okay. Hell yeah. So let's rewind the tape and turn the volume up. 213. Oh, okay. You rewind the tape. You turn the volume up. It's uncomfortably loud because there were not the same health and safety regulations as there are now. You press play. You see the man walk back towards the camera and take a seat in front of it. He's so close that you can hear his breathing. He looks directly down at the lens right at you. This is the blessing of the child, he whispers. Now that he is up close, you notice something weird about his eyes. He has a series of pustules sprouting around the rim of his eyelid, almost directly along the same spot where his eyelashes grow. They vary in size but look sore, yellow, and wet. Oh, so has he just got like contagious conjunctivitis or cystitis and he spread it to the deer? I suppose if he's been waiting for the couple for so long, there's only so much you can. Yeah, you get where I'm going with this. Hopefully, okay. So veterinarian is checked, is it not? Yes. Okay, I remember a similar ailment. What a surprise! Turn to 212. It looks remarkably like the deer you saw in the forest earlier that day. The same kind of sore, same kind of strange, sickening disease. But you'd assumed it was some sort of sickness contracted by animals, not people. Your stomach churns as the man twists and reveals the pustules in all their glory. Um, okay. 215. I was not expecting this level of detail on eyes. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. The man holds up the folder and smiles. Everything here, just as yesterday. Everything I wrote down after that first dream. He puts the folder in his lap, out of sight, and looks down. You hear the folder open and papers rustle. Now I'm adding my own sound effects. I'll read it again, he says. Yeah, if only we had dermatology checked, yeah. Or at least a moisturizer. I suppose you need like a clean cloth sort of thing. Words that came to me in my sleep. He smiles at the camera, proud, and gestures to the clearing behind him. This exact spot, I saw it every night. Every single night. He's giddy now. He looks down at his papers and begins to read. It comes in the face of those it has taken, those it has brought into the fold. By the light of the sun it is hidden, clad in the skin of the familiar. He clears his throat, then continues. By night it walks free, a student of the earth, a venom and cure of the forest, drawing from deep in the soil. These black hills are its flesh today. Every tree is a hair. Its followers are those dictated by the rule of time. Mikhail, Homer, Olivia, Darcy. He pauses and points excitedly to the paper. That's me, he adds, then goes on reading. Marcus, Charlie, Alex, Rachel, Isaac. Um, hopefully Charlie and Alex have different surnames from us. Darcy pauses. He looks directly at the camera. Charlie, he asks. Alex, is that you? He leans in close to the camera. I'm not going to do that. He leans in close to the camera. The entire screen is now just his eyes riddled with pustules. Are you coming home? The screen. Marcus owes me money. The screen smashes to white noise and the room fills with crackling static. Make a sanity roll. Holy moly. Okay. It's a fumble. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, this is the content you've all been waiting for. Turn to 216. Okay. The static. The static. The horrid static. You can't escape it. You can feel it like icy tendrils in your gut, around your throat, burrowing into your brain and stirring around all your thoughts, twisting your feelings and catching your memories. Sorry, eating your memories, catching and eating them. Excuse me. You reach out and slap at the VCR once, then twice. On the third time, you finally hit the eject button and the machine spits out the tape. The cabin falls silent. The television set is there, glowing quietly. That man on the tape. How did he know those names? How did he know you? Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. Although I don't quite know what to call this one. Shall we call it Sanity Fumble? I think we can all remember what that's going to be. And then make a sanity, not make a sanity roll, sorry, lose 1d4 sanity. I got a fumble, so that means I lose 4, the maximum amount. So, I need to start making a record of my 5th. Although I did lose 1 the night before. So I lose 4 sanity. That takes me down to 44. Blue minima, as we say, up north. Okay, so I have lost 5 in total today. Bear in mind my 5th is 10, so we'll see. But first I go to 186 again. So it is quiet. The VCR is purring. The TV is dim. So all I can do now, because we've already played the tape, is leave the TV alone. Because we've got 2 other things and they're not checked. So 223 it is. And maybe a little slurp of beer. Slipping down my throat. You turn away from the television set and cross over to the bed. You sit down and try to avoid looking at it. You can hear it humming ever so softly. Do we head to sleep? Or do we step out onto the porch and look one last time for the return of your partner? That sounds ominous, depending on which way you interpret that remark. We're going to go to the porch and look for my partner one last time. Because obviously they're dead. Because this is how it goes. 224. You follow your flashlight beam to the cabin door and open it. It's dark and cold outside. The wind drifts past the clearing in front of the cabin, down the driveway to the road hidden by the forest. You shine the flashlight left, then right. There is no sign of your partner. You are obviously being optimistic. If there were any cars out here, you'd hear them a mile out. Make a listen roll. 50. Let's see. 36. Okay. 225. Oh. You rapidly hear approaching footsteps. They're getting closer fast. You spin about and raise your flashlight. It falls on the shadow of a man running in your direction from the tree line. Your eyes widen as you make him out. Middle-aged, large jacket, face set into a determined snarl. He is sprinting for you with murder in his eyes. Okay, people, here we go. Time to strap in. Do we yell at him to stop? Like someone from a Fallout vault? Or do we dart inside and close the door? If you would be so kind as to stop. By the way, if you haven't seen Fallout, it's really good. What do we want to do? Mm. I know, it's too funny, isn't it? Tell him no means no. 233. Okay. A thaw. Hey, you call out. Stop right there. He doesn't stop. Stop, you shout, louder. He is nearly at the door. Make a dex roll with a penalty die. At least they've allowed me to use full dex rather than dodge because that's obviously a lot better. Right, so I'm gonna need. I'll just put another D10 in, I guess, for that. So roll it. Okay, so oh my God, I would have got a 16 had it not been for the penalty, but actually I've got an 86. Okay, so I can push the roll at the risk of losing my footing and falling. Do we push? Do we push? Do we push? Do we push the roar? Always. Drum roll. Oh, oh yes. Okay. Uh oh wait, oh hold on, no. Sorry, I'm not thinking right. So it's a 73. Ooh, I could actually spend the luck because my dex is 65. What do we think? Oh no, I can't, can I? Because it's a push. Shit. Yes, you're right, you're right. Normally I remember that rule, but I was caught up in the heat of the moment, okay? Yeah. Fall. How the mighty fall, and etc. 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 Okay, fail the push roll, go to 231. Okay. You try to slam the door shut and get inside, but you're not fast enough. The man collides with the door, and the impact sends you flying back onto the floor. You land on the ground, dazed. Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. I have just spat on my character sheet. Whoopsie. Um, so 231. Fell on floor. Scary man. Take 1 damage. Here we go. Here we go. Well, actually, I have pretty good hit points. I'm still on 12 hit points. That's nice. Make a luck roll. Okay, luck is 46. Fail. Okay. Go to 232. Yeah, things definitely going downhill very, very quickly. Your flashlight skitters out of your hands and slides across the cabin floor into the kitchen. The man opens the cabin door. You hear his footsteps running at you in the dark. You scramble for the light, but you feel the stranger's hands grasp around you. His grip is like iron. You hear him grunting, sing-song moaning like some demented elephant or horse. He is trying to drag you out of the cabin. To fight back, I mean, come on. I might as well. My brawl is 55. Or to succumb. What do we do, people? Do we fight or do we succumb? Mm. Come on, Daddy Butcho. Decision is yours. That's what I thought. Okay, to fight back. 282. Right. You struggle and try to break free of the stranger's grip. There is no way you're giving it without a fight. You lash out, kick, shout, and do everything you can to escape. Make a fighting brawl roll. Hooray. And thankfully, I don't get a penalty. I mean, I would have thought I would because I'm like prone and on my back or something, but I suppose being dragged, I shouldn't complain. So, fighting brawl 55. Well, 82. That's a lot of luck to spend. I guess it's gonna be a fail. Go to two. Oh, 284. Oh my God. Are you ready, people? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? But I've just seen what happens. I can't spend the log. That's naughty. No, I can't push. No, I can't push. Oh, do I just pretend? No, yeah. Let me suffer. Let me suffer. What do we do? What do we do? I love how one feels so sorry for me, and the other one's like, nope, nope. This is the symphony way. People come to symphony to suffer and to thirst. So, are you ready, people, for my fate? You are pinned to the floor. The stranger's weight is immense. He's somehow getting stronger. You can't move. You can hardly breathe. He holds you fast with both his hands, with both his legs. Wow, that's skillful. With a second set of hands, with three sets. No, they're not hands. There's something else, something warm and wet and long. Yeah, my thoughts exactly, just lots and lots of dots. They are tongues, long, fleshy tentacles of writhing muscle. His tongues have you. Yes, we are going there. We are going full hentai. Okay. You feel yourself drawn up on the off the floor. The tongues are wrapping around you. You are pressed up against the man. You feel the warmth of his breath, the cold of the night, and all the sounds and fears of the forest rushing through your mind. You feel your mouth and throat and lungs clog with moist black soil. You feel shoots of grass growing and thriving from the gelatinous whites of your eyes. You scream. It's the one last great cry of defiance. Then the tentacles wrap around your throat, break your neck, and surge through your eye sockets to wrap around your brain. Everything goes black, and you fall into the final sleep of oblivion. Well, my goodness. I guess then that is indeed a delicious death. Friends of the Symphony, that is where our show is going to end for tonight. Yay! I still beat everyone so far, though. So, thank you so much for everyone who joined in and or is currently watching the replay. You're indeed the best part of waking up, and I love how you've been so interactive with me. Thank you so, so much. Yeah, we appreciate all of you, every single one of you. So, speaking of appreciating you, let's do the giveaway. So, hopefully, depending on whether she's going to whisper in my ear or not, Bridgett, let's do the giveaway. It's Fizzlemayer, who I believe is Carl. So, well done, Carl. That is going to be yours. One of these is going to be yours. And are you going to have the same fate as me? Or are you going to have another slightly different hentai fate? Who knows? Well, okay, gosh, I'm still reeling from this. I think I need another little drink before I sign you all out. Hmm. So, if you enjoy this content, by the sounds of it, you did. Hopefully, you did. Please consider helping the Symphony making more of these. Back us over on Patreon, patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. We hope you've enjoyed the Symphony tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again. I'm going to serenade you now and say, have a wonderful night.